Hi, I'm Andrew from Lead the Way. I've been a horse whisperer now for about 22 years. Built a bit of a reputation as being the last resort for a lot of New Zealand's problem horses. I've done quite a lot in racing with starting gate problems, done a lot of tripping around New Zealand running courses for people, teaching them how to have better relationships with their horses and fixing problems. So here at Lead the Way we run these relationship communication leadership courses for corporates and a lot of New Zealand's top sporting coaches. What makes them such a great teaching tool for people and teaching us more about ourselves, especially in regards to personal development, is they act as an emotional mirror of us. So they mirror what they see in front of them. So if, for example, we're high energy, aggressive, loud, the horse is very uptight around us. On the other hand, if we're too timid, if we don't mean what they say, they don't tend to take much notice of us. So the more calm, cruisy, relaxed we are, but we've got to have a bit of presence and a bit of meaning about what we say for them to listen. So they're a really good gauge for us on how we're presenting ourselves.
Drawing on his experiences over the years with horses, Andrew has designed a series of exercises that teach the principles that we want to get across to people. He does a demonstration and talks people through the exercise, and then we give them a horse and stand back and allow them the time to work through figuring out the exercise, how it works with the horse. He then moves around the group and offers support and assistance as needed, but essentially it's about a personal learning experience. It's about you working with the horse and looking within yourself in the first case to solve any problems.
I'm Alex McKenzie. I'm the Coach Accelerator Manager, so I'm the leader of this program. I've been involved with Andrew, known Andrew for the past 8 years. I've taken 8 groups of coaches through. This is always something that we do the very first week that we get the coaches together, because it's such a profound experience for those coaches to be able to look at themselves in a different way, to reflect, to be self-aware, and to start to embed some of the key principles that we talk about in the program. To be honest, we do get a lot of double takes when I say we use horses. And in fact, in the early years, people are sort of poo-pooed it a little bit. I think there's an acceptance now that it's a really, really key part of the program. And people look forward to coming to it rather than questioning it even.
Yeah. I got thrown off a horse when I was a child and I've never been near them since. So coming here was a huge personal challenge for me. I wanted everyone to know that I didn't want to be here, and I was scared of being close to a horse. But in saying that, you should never step away from a challenge, so I thought, no, I've got to do it. And safe to say I am quite fond of the horses I worked with and why I've been here. They've been really cool.
I was really anxious about how I would go in this role, because it was something completely foreign to me. And initially it was a real challenge, and it was a challenge right through, but I felt like I was getting better and better, and felt like I achieved some things, particularly this afternoon, that I perhaps didn't think I would. So confidence, and when I think back 2 days ago to where I was at to now, I would never have thought I would have been this confident stepping into an arena with horses and being able to get them to achieve some goals that I set for them reasonably successfully. So yeah, pretty special from my perspective.
I actually thought it would be easier. It wasn't. I actually thought, okay, I've been in a leadership role for a long time. I'm very experienced in both corporate and the sporting environment. I can hold my own. I compete against some of the best teams in the world in the ANZ Championship, and I'm reasonably confident. And then to go into a situation where I didn't anticipate the feeling of being very inadequate at something. So to be able to work through that inadequacy with Andrew and Sam's guidance has been something that's been very insightful for me.
I learned that with working with the horses, you really need to get the basics right, and the way you do things reflects on what they do. So if you're not really present with them, if your energy's not with them, then they won't do what you're told and what they're told, and they're looking for you to lead them.
Horses can't talk back to you. not in English anyway. So you got to read their body language, and you knew that if they were adamant they weren't going to do something, it wasn't their responsibility, it was mine to work out what was going on. So everything I was doing, I was constantly equating it back to coaching. And if I can't get a result out of an athlete in the way that I want and an outcome that I want, then I need to go back and look at what I'm doing and what needs to change. So the horses were a fantastic mirror for that.
I mean, this is the real stuff that you get in your daily environment that's not covered in any textbook or any Stanford University leadership course.
Oh, I think it's really important for people like me that are involved in a sporting organisation and a coaching organisation to be able to have experiences around leadership and developing people, and developing, in this case, horses' ability to do things where you wouldn't normally get that opportunity. I would never do anything like this. So this has taught me to think about working with a horse. How does this cross over into my real working life with adults and with sports people? So I recommend it 100%, and it pushes you outside your comfort zone because people don't get to do this every day. So massively positive experience for me.
You've got to really build a relationship with someone to have success with them, and you have to pay attention to what their needs are and how they respond to you, and that to get that done well, I think you have to have knowledge and confidence in what you're doing and what you know. I can see it applying to everywhere in my life. I have a child with special needs, with Asperger's, so like this has taught me a lot about consistency and routine and getting the basics right, and that's what my son needs to be successful and be happy in life. So I think I can apply it anywhere. I think anyone anywhere in life could benefit from working with the horses.